Hey guys, welcome to another episode of News2Go. And this is Keith, I'm your host. And I'm showing you the proper way to make sure, from my last video I mentioned about K&N air filters and why you should get one. So, here, you're going to dip down right here. Now, I don't know if you can see this, guys, but right here, this is your cold air inbox return right here. K&N air filter will go right here. You want to check this before you just put it in. The proper way to put this in is to check to make sure there's no debris inside your air container, because this is what catches all debris, and you'll sometimes see bugs and stuff like that periodically get in here. So you want to make sure you clean all that out before you put this guy in. Okay, this is your new K&N air filter. So you want to put it right in there after you clean it out. And just as a suggestion, hold on one second. Just as a suggestion, so you don't forget when you do get one, is it comes with some nifty stickers, and you can put them on here. And so anytime you do any maintenance on it, it will say, it will tell you not to throw it away because you can clean these. Also, just as practice, keep your other air filter on hand. When you take this out to clean it, you're going to have to clean it with soapy water and the chemicals it gives you. You have to go up there and get the cleaning kit for it. But when you do so, it's going to come with oil. So you're going to have to take this out, let it dry before you reuse it. So until then, put your old air filter back in, and then when this one's all set and ready to go, which takes about a day, then you put it back in your car. Alright, so that's it, guys, on that part. Okay, so the next part is real important I want to show you guys. This is your mass airflow sensor. See that right there? This, every now and then, does need to be cleaned. Mine was not really dirty, but it was a little bit dirty. So I went ahead and took it out and cleaned it. Anybody can do that with some CRC mass airflow sensor cleaner, or I call MAF cleaner, MAF cleaner. This product is made to do so, and this is the only product that you can use to clean these out, okay? Because it's residue free. If you use anything else, you can mess up the sensor and your car won't maybe run at all, or it may run really rough. But after you clean these, you want to let them sit for at least 15 minutes before you put them back in, and then give it another hour. On my safe side, I always let these sit for an hour before I hook it back up Okay, this is your hook up to it right there. I always wait 1 full hour, because you got to spray this quite a bit, like about anywhere from 10 to 17 times. So once it's clean, what I usually do is I'll get a white rag and I'll put it under it when I'm cleaning it, just to see how much gunk is coming off of it. And a little bit of gunk did come off of it, so that told me it was kind of dirty. And the box was cleaned. Okay, so you also want, while you have it out, it's a good idea to clean this whole box. Make sure everything's clean, there's no dirt in there. You want to clean all that out. Also, you want to clean out your your intake hose right here that goes to your throttle body. Okay, this is also good to clean out. So that's my next step, is I'm cleaning that out. But first, you want to do one step at a time, because you want to get ahead of yourself. So first, when you want to put the K&N filter in, get it all set, and then make sure the seals are flat around all the edges before you put your box back on. Because sometimes in some cars, especially newer ones, I'm going to say, companies aren't perfect. Sometimes these don't line up real well, or there'll be a lump. If you see it that it's not, if you see the mold dipping upwards, or it's real lumpy somewhere in the middle, you want to avoid putting that K&N air filter on, and go back up to your auto parts store and pick a new one up, pick another one up, and tell them that there's a flaw in it, because you want to make sure it's flat. You want to make sure it's flat and it goes within these parts of the box, because if you don't do that as practice, you're going to end up getting too much air or dirty air, or it might not seal properly for the amount of air going in your engine, and your car won't run right, will not run correctly. But alright guys, that is it for this part on how to install Canon air filter. Okay, now you will get a little bit of increase in horsepower, and also recommended, because of the increase of horsepower is also more airflow. So my recommendation is all newer cars are pretty much standard with well, I'm sorry, I'm trying to catch my words here. They're fuel injectors. So fuel injectors with the advanced timing, what this is going to do is advance the time for how much airflow is going through it. So sometimes you catch your computer off a little bit. You might have a little irregular, you might have irregular, what's called in your rev limit for your RPM. You might see it go up and down. Well, that's normal until your computer recognizes the difference. Okay, but the best way to compensate for that is to put a higher grade fuel in your car, like 93. That way, it's gonna throw the timing spark down to regulate the fuel of the 93 octane. Okay, higher the octane, lower the spark. Makes sense, right? So you're gonna get a much better quality fuel in the air mixture and the exhaust in the manifold here, and your car's going to actually get better gas mileage. I'm not saying your car will. I know this car does, because I already went out. I got a reader. I put on the computer, and it told me I was getting like actually another mile to the gallon. So hey, every mile counts, right? Getting another mile to the gallon in the city, another mile a gallon on the highway. So I went from 23 to 24 on the highway. So that's pretty good. I'm not complaining about that. And the horsepower also went up to about a little over 7 horsepower on the reader, so I'm pretty happy about that. So I increased my horsepower just a little bit. I'm not enough to recognize it, but the engine does run more efficiently. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed my video, and don't forget to subscribe to News2Go.